Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Marlon Hofstad's I Got You. Marlon Hofstad, aka DJ Daddy Trance, has been dominating the scene for the past 2 years, making really fast Euro trance, hard trance, speed trance, and today I'm going to be showing you how his track I Got You is made. You're known for his song It's That Time. Call Me.
Hey, all night, call me, baby, I'm lonely.
And the track we're covering today, I Got You. Here is a preview of my remake and what you'll have made by the end of the video.
Got you, baby. Just put the record on.
Great, so the first layer we're going to be looking at is the synth. Great, let's firstly have a look at MIDI and then you can follow along with the sound design. So we're in the key of F sharp major, which I think is also C sharp minor. So we are starting on C sharp and then we're just playing along loads on A sharp, up to C, F sharp, E sharp. Really simple, and that just sort of repeats itself. And normally you think that's going to be boring, but because the bass notes are changing underneath, it sounds like the top lead is changing because that sort of underneath bass is changing notes. Yeah, it's sort of like a trick on the ears. But yeah, pretty simple. Let's have a look at the sound design. It's a really nice sort of trancey lead. So it is made in Serum 2 and is a preset for my Eurotrance Volume 2 pack. This pack is my favorite pack I've done to date by a mile. So you get 60 different presets, which are all based on sort of remakes of popular Eurotrance songs. But then it also comes with the MIDI. So if we have a look over here, you'll be able to hear the MP3 first. So you've got like the organs. Got to have it organ. And then you've got the different leads. Ben Hemsley. And then if you find that one you like, then you come over here and you can find the exact MIDI for it, and then you can drag it in. So you just drag that in and then open up Serum 2. And then, for example, that's Lichtenberg Fever Dream. So just come over here, lead, Lichtenberg Fever Dream. And it's as simple as that. You've got all the sounds and you can experiment and see how they're meant to sort of sound. And then you can also change the MIDI and make it your own. Cool, let's get straight back into it then. So I'll show you how this lead that I Got You lead is made. Turn on oscillator A and oscillator B and default shapes, and then select the saw wave from both. We're then going to turn on filter 1, select an MG low 12. I think this is the default anyway, and make sure A and B are both selected. We then go to envelope 1 and we're going to use this to control that lead. So literally just drag this and drop it over. And then sculpt it so it's got a decay of 1 second and it's got a nice release of 600 milliseconds. That's currently going to sound like this. So we're going to bring up the unison 16 and then to 15. Bring that detune down 0.06 on oscillator B and then keep it quite high at 0.30 on oscillator A. We then come over to the effects. So first we have this delay. Got it on ping pong mode, so it's sort of playing it in the left and right ear. Mix at 31%. Then got a reverb with a hall. This really helps create that sort of trancey sound. And then we just got an EQ, taking out that low end that which we didn't really need. It allows sort of the bass to punch through the mix a bit more, you know. You can also bring that cutoff up. Next we have the bass. So we're in that key of F sharp major. And I actually did this in the last video, so it's coming up quite a lot. But essentially it's an offbeat, so like this. So if I was to obviously show you what that sounds like, I use this a lot in my own track, so it's just on the offbeat here. But then he's created almost like a rolling bass by doubling the notes down. It gives it more energy, I'd say. Yeah, if you want to pause the video and copy the notes, then feel free. It's F sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and then G sharp. Cool. I will show you how to make this. It's also a preset from that same pack, but I'll show you how to make one that's very similar from scratch. Create a menu, initiate the preset, turn on the sub, select a triangle, pitch it down an octave. Keep on wavetable 1 the same. Turn on wavetable 2 and pitch it down an octave. It's going to sound like this. Bring that volume down a little bit. Turn that filter on. Let's go for an MG low 24. Sub, A and B both selected. Let's bring that cutoff right the way down. Then go to envelope 1. Sculpt it to look something like this. Add a little bit of release, otherwise we're going to get a click. And then drag that onto the cutoff. And that's pretty much it. You can also add a bit of drive. Play around with the filters. Depends how much high end you want to let in. And that is pretty much a sound. Cool. Lastly, we have the drums. They just sound like this. So this is a loop from my Trance Volume 2 drums pack. These drums are obviously from that pack and it's just a loop. So this pack's got all the different loops that I've made. We've got all these top loops, got the full loops. There's 50 full loops. So yeah, I'll show you how this loop 18 was made. So firstly, we have a kick on every beat. Really nice stumpy kick. Then we've got a hat on the off beat. Then we've got a clap on the second beat. And then we've got this little clap percussion. So this is the MIDI for it. And it's also got this nice little delay. Otherwise, without it, it's just a straight sort of clap. But yeah, we've got the delay set to 2 setting and feedback 56. And then we've got the dry wet up to about 30. To help us give it a little groove. Then we've got a shaker. So, as you can see, the velocities are sort of mashed up a bit, and then that's just duplicated like that. That's also got a side chain and this auto pan, which basically helps it move left to right. Right, so solo that. We then have another shaker on top. Without that shaker, still good, but this helps to add a little bit more. In terms of processing, there's nothing on there, just a utility. So yeah, really minimal. All these one shots can also be found in that Trance pack. You got it here. Great guys, thank you very much for watching. Please comment down below. It really helps the video and I will see you next time. Cheers guys.